Well, that didn't take long. After campaigning as we're moderate, Democrats made a quick U-turn in Virginia, unleashing a blitz of tax hikes and heavy regulation on the fine people of the Commonwealth. But did you vote for it? Because if you did, you're getting it and getting it hard. From new taxes on dry cleaning, landscaping, even ammunition, plus a major push for rent control, the radical laundry list seems endless. And it's putting businesses, investors, and homeowners on notice. It literally took these dopes 48 hours to start introducing these bills. I could go on and on and on. Yeah, but somebody voted for it.
Can I add to the list?
Yes, please.
What is Governor Abigail Spanberger doing, who said there was going to be a moderate agenda? Within hours of being sworn in, Dagan, what does she do? She reverses the executive order that Glenn Youngkin put in place that forced local and state officials from cooperating with ICE. We were just talking about sanctuary cities. Within hours, she turned the state into a sanctuary state. But she didn't stop there. In addition to the list you brought up, there's also this bill that she's backing that would prohibit state agencies who hand out grant money to determine the eligibility of applicants. HB 1369. Are you paying attention? Did you just see what's going on in Minnesota, in California? The question isn't, is Spanberger trying to turn Virginia into California? It's whether she's trying to turn Virginia into Venezuela. Like, literally, we're going down the most destructive path for a great Commonwealth.
She is a very dangerous politician, and here's why. Because she is a liar. She got elected on this idea that she would be somewhat moderate, maybe a little bit left of center. But if you remember back to November of 2020, after the Democrats lost a lot of their elections, they had a little House caucus call. And it was then Congresswoman Spanberger who said, quote, "Don't say socialism ever again." And she was talking about the party moving more left and becoming more progressive. And she said, "We will get F-bomb torn apart." She understood even at that time that as they were moving left, they had to be very careful about their messaging, and they had to be careful how they were selling it to people. Now, there's places like New York City where people ate it up. I mean, they just ate it up off a plate with a fork. But there are still some people that are afraid of that word. She understands it. And even though she and the party want to go that way, she understands that you have to walk that fine line. And this is why I get so frustrated with people, because it's like, do your homework. Understand what your candidate is really all about. Understand what the policies are, because actions speak louder than words. Just saying and standing up and saying, well, I'm going to be a moderate isn't enough to guarantee that that's what's going to happen in your state.
Well, they have the Democrats have a supermajority in the legislature.
Yeah, right.
In Virginia, and that's part of the problem where a lot of these bills were introduced just again within the first couple of days. Banning the hand counting of election ballots, eliminating mandatory minimum sentencing for rape, manslaughter, assaulting a law enforcement officer, distribution of child pornography, repeat violent felonies. I could go on, but this is I hope the Republicans can use this in the midterms, because this is the classic Democrat playbook of coddling criminals, stealing elections, fomenting fraud, and then crushing working people with new taxes.
I'm not taking up time. This is Virginia block. I get my own Minnesota blocks to admit what's happening in my state. This is your state. I will say, though, she won by 15 points, and you already pointed out Democrats got a supermajority. You know, what do they say? Democracy is the theory of you give voters what they want, good and hard. Well, this is what they asked for. They voted for this overwhelmingly in Virginia, and they're going to find out that they did.
But Dagan can speak more to this, but you have to really understand, for years traditionally, Virginia's two states. There's Northern Virginia, which has a population to affect elections, and there's the rest of the state.
I get it.
And I think, well, Dagan, the state of Virginia, like everybody south of Northern Virginia have got to be just petrified of what the next few years of a Spanberger administration will bring.
They just don't care that the two senators, the national senators, Warner and the guy who looks like Tim Walz but isn't.
The other Tim.
We've tried. I know that over the years we've tried to get them. I'm on the board of Patrick Henry's Last Home and Burial Place. Yes, thank Patrick Henry for your Bill of Rights. they don't want to have anything to do with Red Hill. They won't come visit, nothing. They treat Southside Virginia, everything south of the James River is just a bunch of hayseeds and hicks that just deserve to rot. And that's how they've treated that part of the state. If we could all just saw it off and just kick it out into the Atlantic and could be a little island, wouldn't that be awesome?
Could that be better
do
for
the
Southern
same.
Virginia?
Yes, it would be, actually.
I would carve out LA and San Francisco and do the same for the rest of my California. Quickly, this isn't on Virginia specifically, but Bank of America 4 days ago was out with their latest U.S. migration patterns. The headline, the Midwest is still having a moment. It's Indianapolis, Columbus, and Cleveland, those regions that are pulling people. Dagan, you've talked about Cleveland, right?
Cincinnati.
Cincy, but all of Ohio,
Yep.
and it's gotten expensive, actually.
It is continuing to have moments because of the issues like this. It is easy to leave if you can, in many cases.
Yep. Don't get me started on Northern Virginia. It's like one big parking lot.